Hello and welcome back to another episode of Buy Now Sell Now Realty TV. I'm Jeff Barnes, managing broker and owner of Buy Now Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Make sure as soon as you come into the building, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that bell for notifications. Also, my website is below. If you want to know the value of a home you would like to purchase or sell, just click on that link. It's free valuation, and you can know how to start the negotiation process with any agent that you want to work with or any person that you want to make an offer on a house, so on and so forth. Also, follow me on the socials. Uh, all educational stuff up there, guys. Whether you're a home seller, home buyer, all educational things up there, just so you can continue to educate yourself about the home selling and home buying process. Last time I was here, guys, we did a video on Fsbo, and I got a lot of feedback on it. And I got a question from someone asking me about buying a house, and do you need an agent to buy a house? Now, one of the things you guys are going to see, man, is I'm a little bit frustrated right now because I know Realtor is running a campaign with Reba McEntire to do their celebrity endorsements and why you need to use a realtor and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, guys, I don't have no problem with it. I just think they're missing the mark. I don't think anybody looks to celebrity endorsements for when they're going to buy a house or use an agent to sell their house. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think that's the most effective way to do it. And I just pride myself on being solutions oriented. So I said, okay, Jeff, do a video on what you think matters when it comes to buying a house. And guys, just because I'm a agent, a broker, does not mean I'm not a real person. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys this website that we're going to go to and tell you what they think you should say. But I'm going to tell y'all right now what I think you should do if you buy a house. The first thing you want to do, the first thing you want to do is if it's a family member or close friend with a license that's active, use them. If it's a family member or a friend with a license, use them. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you to do differently and all that kind of stuff. But guys, for a lot of people, this is going to be the biggest asset they ever purchase. And the one thing you want is somebody you can trust and not think you're going to lie, that they're going to lie to you. Now, don't mean family and friends won't lie. I'm just saying that if you have a trust relationship with this person, they got a track record through family and friend stuff, guys, trust me, with the law set up, if a real estate agent screws you over, if you got somebody that's in your family circle or your friend circle that can actually help you buy a house, and guess what, guys? Right now, if they write the deal up correctly, you're not paying anything. The price of the house doesn't go up or down. That's what I like about being a buyer's agent. Being a buyer's agent, guys, means the seller's paying the commission, even with all the changes and stuff like that. You write it in the deal where the seller pays the buyer agent commission. And it's a good way to help out a family or friend and really elevate your relationship by adding that business component into it. But trust me, if you got a family member or a friend, that's the first thing you want to do. Don't listen to all these people. No, you need to go with the best person, blah, 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 blah. No, guys, as a buyer's agent, if you're going to use an agent, because that's what this video is about. Should I use, the top 10 things or the top things I should consider when buying a house? Should I use an agent and that kind of thing? So that's why I'm jumping into this thing like that. Use a family member or a friend. Don't stress out. Use somebody you can trust, and that's typically where your first sphere of influence is going to be, is with family or friends. And if you can, the home process is a lot better. The home buying process is a lot better if you can actually have that rapport already built. Because getting with an agent that you don't know, that you got off of a lead website and that kind of thing, now you got to know, is this person looking out for me? Is this person actually, just trying to make a quick buck and all this kind of stuff? And again, guys, these are all natural feelings. So don't worry about that. But if you're going to use an agent, first thing I tell people is to use a family member or friend that has a license who you got a good track record with. That's the easiest way to make the home buying process go smooth. The next thing I'm going to say to you is when you're considering to use an agent for buying, again, it's not Reba McEntire, but what it is how much do I want to be involved? Okay. And a lot of people don't realize this. Some agents are all about education. Some agents are all about smooth transaction. Again, it just depends on what kind of agent you want. Do you want your hand held? Are you trying to learn the process? Are you buying an investment property versus a primary residence? There's a lot of things that happens. Okay. So what is your goal with this property? If this is your first home, if this is your first home and family and friends are not an option as an agent, the next thing you want to do is look for an agent who has specialty in first time home buyers, specialty in VA, all those kind of things, down payment assistance. Again, if it's your second or third home, completely different. Look for somebody who has a track record of moving houses um, in a simple fashion. If you're a luxury person, look for somebody who has a luxury specialist credentials. Because it doesn't matter how many homes I've sold, guys. What matters is what I do for you. And a lot of people don't realize what I've done for other people's homes means nothing. Every home purchase is an individual purchase. No matter what people try to tell you, no matter how cookie cutter we try to make it, every home purchase is an individual experience. So you should be looking for the agent who's going to give you the best individual experience based on the conditions you're presented with. Again, first time home buyer, VA, you need some down payment assistance, second or third home, vacation property, right? Luxury home, condos, that kind of thing. Right down here in Florida now, this condo thing we got going on is a mess, right? And we hoping they fix it. But you want to deal with that again. If it's not family and friends, if you can't get that, start looking for specialty. And guys, don't worry about how many homes they've sold, because the person who sold 500 homes gonna treat you like a Walmart transaction, and you may need more attention in that. Okay, the person who's only sold one home gonna treat you like the most important person in the world. Then there's everybody in between. So you got to understand, just because they've sold X amount of homes doesn't mean they're right for you. Doesn't mean they're going to get you any better deal. Okay. So again, but just because they've sold one home doesn't mean they're a bad agent. It just means they don't spend a whole lot of money on lead generation. Right. So again, there's a lot of things that go into it. That's what I want you guys to see. So what I want to do right now, guys, is I kind of want to make sure I don't go on and on without getting into this article. I want to go over here to uh, bankrate.com. I just want to go over this article with you guys real fast, and hopefully you guys can see this. But what is a buyer's agent, and do I need one to buy a house? Okay. This came out April 30th, 2024, so a year ago. I want to go over this with you guys. Key takeaways: a buyer's agent is a real estate agent who specializes in helping buyers navigate the home buying process. Buyer's agents are different from listing agents who represent the seller. The way buyer's agent gets paid set to change in July 2024. It already has, due to the settlement of a federal lawsuit. But let's be honest, guys, a good buyer's agent gonna get the seller to still pay for it. And that's what's really happening now. It's just a different conversation, separate listing agreement or addendum to the listing agreement or the purchase and sale agreement. Are you hoping to purchase a home soon? There's a lot to think about, especially in today's shifting market, and finding the perfect house that you can afford can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Okay, what does a buyer's agent do? I'm going to just jump through this, guys, and this will be linked in the description. Handle required paperwork, drafting and submitting offers, assisting with negotiations, coordinating the closing process, smoothing over bumps in the road, and keeping things moving. The reason I'm sharing this article, guys, is because it actually laid it out pretty good. Do you want to do all of this yourself, or do you want to trust the seller's agent to do this for you? Now, if you're trying to get the best deal, who do you want? Do you want somebody representing you, or do you want somebody who's representing the seller and their transaction coordinator doing all this for you? Again, guys, if you got a good buyer's agent, they're not going to be charging you. They'll get the seller to pay for their work. Okay, so I'm just going to skip through this, guys. Buying agent versus listing agent. We're not gonna go through that. Listing agent is the person who represents the seller. The buyer's agent is the person who represents the buyer. Okay. Do you need a buyer's agent to buy the house? And look at what it said. You're not legally required to buy a house. You're not legally required to get one to buy a house. However, it's not the preferred method for most home buyers. According to the National Association of Realtors data, 99% of buyers choose to hire a real estate agent to assist with the home buyer process in 2023. Okay. Signing a contract. Okay. When you decide that on a buyer's agent to work with, they will most likely ask you to sign a contract or an exclusivity agreement acknowledging that they're representing you for a stipulated amount of time. Now, guys, I will tell you like this. In the state of Florida, we're transaction brokers unless we're transaction brokers unless there's a contract signed. So that's not, and to be honest, whatever the buyer wants, Depending on what the buyer wants, will determine what type of an agreement we're going to enter into. But we start off as transaction brokers. So um, just know that, guys, you can date a little bit before you get married, or it's so easy to work with that you can stay a transaction broker the whole time and still get the deal done. Now, realtors have different rules. If it's a realtor, they must sign a buyer's agreement. How does a buyer's agent get paid? Guys, I don't tell anybody to pay their own buyer's agent. If the buyer's agent can't get the seller to pay their commission, get a new buyer's agent. So let the seller pay out of let the seller's agent pay what they're getting from their client. I wanted to go here because how to find a buyer's agent. Let's be honest, guys. The way you're going to find a buyer's agent now is if you click on a lead agent form um, from a listing, or you're going to find it on social media, or it's going to be family or friend or referral. Okay. That's how you find them. Let's not complicate this whole thing. That's what it is. That's how you are going to find them. The bottom line, I wanted to get to this. Buyer's agents play an essential role in the home buying process, especially for a novice or first-time buyer. An experienced local agent can help make finding a home, submitting offers, negotiating favorable terms, and getting to the closing table a smoother experience. And y'all can see Allison Martin break this. So let me come back in here. And so the reason I'm saying this to you guys is buying a home has become easier and easier. One of the reasons I named my company Buy Now, Sell Now Realty is because the process is so much easier when you're dealing with somebody who knows what they're doing. Okay. And a lot of agents know what they're doing, but there's also a lot of agents who don't. But what matters is what's the conversation we can have? How can we interact? Is it something that I understand your needs and wants? Now, some of y'all may just want to transact. I've done deals where a person clicked on a lead form in my website. I called them and met up with them, see a house. Some people buy, some people don't. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Don't let an agent who's emotional represent you. Don't let an agent who is desperate represent you on the buy side. If they need to get a deal, they can't negotiate on your behalf. You need to work with an agent who can help you get the deal that's best for you, not the deal that's best for them. And I think that's where a lot of people have bad taste in their mouth about realtors and real estate agents and brokers and all that stuff because guys, if you don't close any deals, you don't get paid. So there's going to be a lot of desperation in the real estate game. But one of the things I pride myself on is be prepared to walk away from the house that you love. If you can walk away from the house that you love, you have more power in the negotiation, and you need a buyer's agent who's going to help support you walking away from the house that you love, so that when we start the negotiation process, you have more leverage. So there you guys have it, man. Like FSBO was the last one. This week we're talking about buyers and their need for a buyer's agent. I hope we laid it out. You guys got to understand a lot of realtors, a lot of agents, brokers going to watch this video, and a lot of them are probably going to attack it because it's not the traditional message. But in essence, guys, don't make the process more simple than what it is. I named my company Buy Now, Sell Now Realty for a reason because depending on who you work with, that's going to determine how simple the deal is versus how complex it is. Now, you guys do me a favor. That article will be linked down in the description. Do me a favor, get down in the comment section. Let me know about what you think is important when dealing with a buyer's agent. Have you dealt with a buyer's agent before? Would you do it again, or would you just represent yourself, or use a real estate attorney, or whatever you would decide to do, man? Do you think I got some points, or do you think I'm way off base? If you believe that a buyer's agent is important, let me know that in the comments as well. Again, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next episode, we'll talk to you soon.